when I start a relationship with Christ and my life starts to change and I start to feel things that are different, how do I represent that socially? Because I feel different than the people I'm hanging out with. And now I'm not exactly okay with some things I used to be okay with. And how am I to represent this relationship without seeming to them like I'm too good for them now?
Yeah, yeah. Well, as soon as we come to Christ and we begin to experience the riches of what it means to know Him and to follow Him, it is a natural impulse to say, what do we say to the people that we know? And what do we say to the people we know who knew us when we were going in this direction and now we're going in this direction? How do we explain it? And we struggle, and sometimes we worry about coming across as though we're better than someone else. And a follower of Jesus is never better than anyone. At best, we're better off, but we're not better. But sometimes we worry about coming off that way. And so what do we do? Well, one of the things that I think is just a real simple thing that we can do with any friend is to just tell them in our own words what's happened to us. Is just simply tell them how wonderful Jesus has become to us. It doesn't have to be about what's wrong with them. It doesn't have to be about their sin or anything else. But just tell them our story of our encounter, how we became a Christian, and then after becoming a Christ follower, what it has felt like, what we've experienced, what are some of the stories. I think stories are real important. I think people are dying to hear authentic, real stories from the presence of God that people that they know experience. And how did God help you? And where did you see His hand? And what did He whisper to you? And how did that change things? And what was it like to see Him clearly in the Word and have it change the way you saw the world? They want to know those things. And so we think it has to be something elaborate or a sermon or something deeply theological. All we have to do is just tell our story. It says in the Psalms, let the redeemed of the Lord say so, whom He has redeemed out of the hand of the enemy. And it's just God's way of us relating to other people that we're going to tell them our story. And it could be our story of what we experienced with Jesus in the last 3 days or how we initially became a Christian. Almost any God story will be exciting and will be life-changing to the people we share it with.